Welcome into Outkick the Show. I am your fearless leader, Clay Travis. And unlike LeBron James, I didn't just submarine my entire team's season by thinking I was playing chess while I was really playing checkers. What an unbelievable failure by LeBron and Rich Paul and all these guys out there who claim that they're sophisticated business types, that they're going to take over the NBA, that they're going to be dominating for years to come. This is an unbelievable comeuppance, and they don't know what that word means, but they'll soon know what it feels like. Because I told you this from the moment this news broke last week. I said, everybody immediately praises NBA players whenever they do anything, because that's the way you know you're super woke. You're like, oh, the NBA is awesome. The NFL sucks. The NBA is a super woke league. The NBA league is broken. The ratings are collapsing. And that's because people only care about the off-the-court drama because the Golden State Warriors are so much better than everybody else that nothing else matters, okay? So LeBron goes to the Lakers. I told you back in October that was going to lead to the television ratings collapsing because there's a lot of people out there that watched LeBron because he was on the East Coast and there was nothing else to do, all right? Last week, LeBron and Rich Paul decide they're going to concoct this scheme that's going to get Anthony Davis on the Lakers before the season ends out. And it's not a very smart scheme, and it's not a very intelligent scheme, but all the woke members of the NBA media just fall all over themselves to be like, wow, look at what LeBron is trying to do. And do you know what happened? Do you know what happened? Boom, almost immediately. Almost immediately, people are like, oh, this is going to be a huge deal. You know who didn't say that? Your boy. Your boy here sat back and said, wait a minute. This doesn't make any sense. Why would the Pelicans allow themselves to be held hostage by Anthony Davis here? All that needs to matter here is that the Pelicans don't have to do anything. They've got Anthony Davis under contract for another year and a half. I guess it sucks that he doesn't want to be on the Pelicans anymore, but he doesn't have to do anything at all when it comes to making a move on behalf of the Pelicans. And so LeBron and Rich Paul and Anthony Davis think they're putting all this pressure on the Lakers and that the Lakers are going to have to move and make a substantial decision when it comes to the business side of this deal. Except, guess what? The Pelicans have to agree to the deal. And I think the Pelicans went straight medieval on LeBron and Rich Paul and the Lakers' ass. And I think they went on it Pulp Fiction style. They put the gimp mask on LeBron and they told him, you are going to suffer for this, my man. Go ahead and chew on this ball in the gimp mask. Because we ain't going to do anything. We don't have to make a deal now. We can wait till the summer. We can even make Anthony Davis play for us for another year and make his life miserable in the meantime and wait until the next NBA trade deadline comes up. And what happened was LeBron and Rich Paul and Anthony Davis never had any actual control in this situation. And I think what is amazing is the Pelicans extracted revenge on LeBron and on the Laker roster. Did you see the team chemistry that was evident in that game against the Pacers when LeBron James was sitting all by himself at the end of the bench and everybody else on the Laker team that he was trying to trade was at the opposite side of the bench? These young guys hate LeBron James because in making the decision to go public like they did with this Anthony Davis trade and in making this decision to go public with this pursuit of Anthony Davis, LeBron James did what he always does. He alienated everybody. He alienated everybody in the entirety of the Laker organization, and in the process, he may well have foredoomed himself to failure for several years to come. First of all, I'm not sure the Lakers are going to make the playoffs this year. Right now, they're the 10 seed. They're going to get run tonight by the Celtics. They're going to get run on Saturday by the 76ers, and they're going to fall to 2 games under 500 and probably fall even further into the Western Conference recesses. And in the process, everybody wants to argue how smart LeBron James is. I got to tell you this right now. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing the move to the Lakers making any sense. You know who's actually made more sophisticated moves? The other team that plays in the Staples Center, the Clippers. The Lakers are bad this year. LeBron's not going to go to the finals, which means all the LeBron stands out there who've been arguing about how impressive it is that he's gone to the finals so many different years in a row, 8 years in a row, that streak's coming to a close. On top of that, LeBron, I don't know if he has that good of a chance of signing any big-time stars to come with the Lakers in the years ahead. And now LeBron has misplayed his hand so bad that LeVar Ball has come back out of the basement wherever he's been living for the last year, and now he's going on FS1 and he's talking garbage and smack everywhere all over the sports media arena. He did The Herd today. He did Undisputed. He's going to be talking, and when you got LeVar talking again, the Lakers are close, if they're not already there, to further descending into an absolute clown show. Luke Walton's going to end up getting fired. That's not going to fix things. New coach is going to come in. That's going to be a disaster. LeBron James and Rich Paul have so misplayed and overplayed their hands that they have destroyed their product in the process. And also, what is ironic about this now is that LeBron and Kevin Durant and all the other guys who have made the decision to be unrestricted free agents and go wherever they want across the entire country have so crippled the NBA's brand that the only time anybody cares about the NBA is at the trade deadline or during free agency, when guys are making decisions about where they're going to play. Because the on-court product has become so overladen with superstardom in Golden State that there's no actual drama as to who might win the championship. There's drama about who might win the NHL, drama about who might win Major League Baseball, drama about who might win the NFL, drama about who might win college football, drama about who might win college basketball. The only league without any on-court drama or on-field drama is the NBA. And as a result, Kevin Durant was lashing out at the media last night for covering the question of where he might play basketball next year. But guess what? Fans care more about where Kevin Durant might play next year, or where Anthony Davis might play next year, or where Giannis might be playing, or anything else, because the actual on-field product is so crappy. The court product, there's no intrigue at all. We already know who is going to be the champions. And this, I think, is the biggest flaw that LeBron has. He's 35 now. I believe I'm correct in this. You guys can look it up and confirm. He just turned 35. He's going to turn 36 next year. And the NBA doesn't even have a league. It's got LeBron James, and that's it. And somebody just said, imagine Kevin Durant with the New York media. He would fall apart in a heartbeat. This dude can't handle any kind of modern media questioning. He reads too much. He's got rabbit ears. This is, I'm telling you right now, this is a major, major issue going forward for the league. The NBA's ratings collapsed when Michael Jordan left, and they are going to collapse again when LeBron James leaves. Hell, they're already starting to collapse. You know who's having dry sweats right now and curled up in the fetal position right now, rubbing their hands together as tears stream down their cheeks, and they got a blanket around them like they got the flu going right now? The executives at ESPN and Turner. Because you know what we're trending towards right now? Think about this for a minute. Do you know what we are trending towards? We're headed for LeBron James either not making the playoff or losing in the first round in the Western Conference, a bunch of late-night basketball games. And on top of that, we are trending towards potentially the Raptors winning the Eastern Conference because the talent in the NBA has now shifted to the East. And Toronto went and grabbed Marc Gasol. And if Toronto ends up winning, can you imagine how bad the ratings are going to be? If it's the Raptors in Canada going up against the Golden State Warriors. And several of you are saying in the comments, Kevin Durant signs one-year contracts which allow him to have perpetual free agency and then gets mad at the media and the fans for wanting to know where he's going to go. The irony on this is mind-boggling. This is a big mess of a situation for the NBA. Adam Silver, I think, in the next CBA is going to have to give, I really believe this, I think the NBA is going to have to push hard for franchise tag. Think about how much different the NBA would look like if teams had franchise tags that they could slap on players instead of giving them unrestricted free agency. It would allow people to feel a little bit more comfortable about rooting for their favorite franchise and would take away some of the power of all the players to end up on the same team. If you had the franchise tag, for people who don't think about this, instead of unrestricted free agency, the team, if they love a player, would be able to slap him with a franchise tag and pay him a one-year deal for the largest possible amount. Now, maybe you make it a two-year franchise tag and you don't allow it after then, but the NBA is going to have to argue in favor of the franchise tag. I really think in their next collective bargaining agreement. Because as is, the on-court product is falling apart and the players are not as sophisticated when it comes to actually being able to manage the overall product of the league as they like to think that they are. So I will ask any questions that you guys have right here about the NBA trade deadline. Several things that have taken place. Marc Gasol has been traded from Memphis to the Raptors. The Bucks have snagged Mirotic, all these guys whose names I mangle, and the 76ers obviously traded for Tobias Harris. So everybody is making the move to go out and try to get the best possible guys that they can manage. All right? That is what is actually going on. And I don't know if we're ever going to actually see Anthony Davis play for the Lakers. In fact, I think it's highly unlikely that it is going to happen. The Lakers basically are done. They were not able to do anything. The on-the-field and on-the-court product of the NBA is not the story. It's all about the trade line. All right? So there is where things are going. Yes, the Sixers traded Fultz down to Orlando. The Lakers are done. This dude keeps showing up, and I'm going to keep blocking him. I love that there's some guys out there that are so obsessed with my opinion that they probably have created 100 different Twitter and Facebook and Periscope profiles, and this is an amazing story to see what actually ends up getting happen. But again, I told you this was going to happen last week. I told you that this was a bad move for Anthony Davis. I told you this was a bad move for the Lakers. I told you that Rich Paul and everybody else who represents both LeBron and Anthony Davis did not have the power to be able to actually make this happen. And as a result, the Lakers are done. And I can't wait to watch the drama of LeBron trying to convince all these young guys on the Lakers that he was trying to trade for Anthony Davis, that he actually wants them, to stay there. It's pretty wild. I don't know where Kyrie Irving will go. Kyrie Irving will be an unrestricted free agent. It's possible he and Kevin Durant could match up. We'll see what ends up happening. But this is why I said who your agent is a big deal. You want somebody sophisticated who's going to make you a ton of money. And you need somebody who's looking 5 years down the road as opposed to 1 year down the road. And I think a lot of people are going to start to ask the question, why would I go join LeBron now? He's making a ton of money. He's turning 35 years old. He just missed a month with a groin injury. His team is mediocre, still young, but probably not going to come into its own with the talent around him and Kuzma and Ingram and Lonzo Ball until they get older. But LeBron's going to have aged himself out of the league by that point. LeBron will turn, I believe I'm correct in this, 36 years old next year. And I don't even know who he's going to have to pair with as a great talent now, because it seems like the Lakers in many ways are toxic. It would have been amazing if the Lakers had traded LeBron for Anthony Davis and sent him down to New Orleans. That would have been phenomenal to see. All right, I got to do a quick show now because I got to go do my television show. But this was, in all respects, an epic fail by LeBron James. I think that the Lakers are going to get their ass kicked tonight against the Celtics, and then I think they're going to get their ass kicked on Saturday by the 76ers. So I am intrigued. They'll probably add Carmelo Anthony. That will be a disaster because everything that Carmelo Anthony touches turns to disaster. And so I just really don't see a way for the Lakers to be remotely good. And if I'm a Laker fan, this is what you were hoping would not happen, which is you get left holding the bag with no big moves. All right, last comment. Bob Stoops to the XFL. That's a big addition for the XFL. Bob Stoops, former Oklahoma head coach, will be the head coach and the GM of the new Dallas franchise in the XFL. They just announced that today. Really big story. Really big story that that Bob Stoops is going to the XFL. This is very legitimizing for the XFL. They'll start play not this year, but next year. And I actually think that there's a lot of value that could make a lot of sense on Bob Stoops to the XFL. And honestly, if I could buy stock right now in the XFL, I would do it. The new XFL, it's amazing that they got Bob Stoops. All these college teams are interested. All these NFL teams are interested. And then, boom, Bob Stoops goes down to Dallas and becomes head coach and GM of the XFL franchise. I hope they are paying him a lot of money. But what an unbelievable story that is to have happen at this point in time. All right. I love all of you. We are, again, breaking down the NBA trade deadline. I got to go get ready for my television show. I love all of you. My name is Clay Travis. A little bit of a short show today because we're just reacting to the news that just came down. I appreciate all of you. Share the show if you enjoy it. This has been Outkick the Show. My name is Clay Travis, DBAP, unless you need to SBAP. I'll see you guys. Bye. Love you. Thank you, Facebook. See y'all.